what I don't understand is you were all on board with telling Gypsy's story. We met you. You sent us the screenplay or whatever you had and stuff like that.
Yes, and your wife is the person who kept that from happening, Rod. Do you understand that?
What happened all of a sudden, when
you don't know. That's exactly it right there, Rod. You just said it. I don't know.
Coming up with this theory about Gypsy wasn't abused. I mean,
it's not a theory, Rod. It's proven in her medical record. I didn't say Gypsy is not abused. I want to make this very clear.
Okay,
what Dee Dee did to her, teaching her to, please let me finish, Rod. Rod, please let me finish. Listen, I am not disputing that there could have been psychological abuse. I am not disputing that. I do dispute that there is physical because there's no evidence of that. Now, I'm not disputing psychological abuse. I'm also not disputing that teaching a child to lie, grift, steal as a way of life is not in some way abusive. However, what I'm telling you is it's not a theory that she was not medically child abused. It is facts proven by her own medical records, which I can go through with you at great length. And I can even call in the doctor and the nurse practitioner, or nurse with master's education, and to explain it to you. You need to go to a doctor. You guys need to go to genetic counseling. I even reached out to Jasmine recently to tell Christy that I would provide all of those records to you in any way, shape, or form to aid you guys in understanding the chromosome disorder better. I'm not the enemy, Rod. I'm just trying to do my job, and I'm trying to actually help your family understand what your daughter has. You guys are delusional as to who she is and what she has. I'm sorry.
I don't think you'll ever convince me, or anybody will ever convince me, that Gypsy wasn't abused. It's hard for me to put myself.
I'm not saying she wasn't, Rod. Rod, okay, look, there are specific criteria to prove medical child abuse, and she does not have that specific criteria. Okay, so I'm not saying she wasn't abused in any way, shape, or form. There's no substantiated proof she was abused emotionally or physically. Okay, but it's not to say it didn't happen. What I'm telling you is I can say within a shadow of a doubt, she was not medically child abused, which is the new clinical term for Munchausen by proxy or factitious disorder imposed upon another. It was malingering, and yes, I'm assuming that is abusive. It was controlling. I had a controlling mother. She was abusive. Okay, that's why I came to this case, because I understood. But what you're not understanding is there is a clear difference between that type of abuse and medical child abuse.
Okay, so
I'm not saying she wasn't abused, Rod.
How much
possibly?
How much abuse does somebody have to take to think about killing their own mother? Okay, think about
exactly, Rod. But I don't think it was abuse. Could it be another reason? Could there be another reason for her wanting to unalive her mother?
I can't get a word in with you, Fancy. I can't. You gonna let me talk, please?
I'm sorry. Yes, I will. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Rod.
So, like I said, nobody can convince me that she wasn't abused. Put myself in Gypsy's shoes.
Okay.
Think about killing your own mother, trying it before, running away, getting caught, brought back, chained up, so controlled. You can call it medical abuse, malingering, whatever you want to call it. That's just semantics. But to think that you're gonna kill your own mother to get away from
Rod, may I ask you a question about what you just said? Do you have any proof whatsoever that Gypsy was ever chained to a bed anywhere other than her saying it?
I do not. But you want to believe you. Okay? And
Rod, without evidence, there's no way for you to prove that, and there's no way for me to prove it did not happen. So the only thing I can tell you is that, again, medical child abuse did not occur. So then if you want to just look at abuse,